Hey Weirdos, it's Thursday again. I'm Christopher, and as always, I'm joined by...
I'm Mackenzie.
And I'm Sarah.
This podcast is for weirdos.
It's October.
Happy Halloween.
Halloween!
Happy Halloween.
Happy Hallow month.
It's been Halloween for like 2 months now.
It's actually spooky season. Our sign makes sense.
It is the month that if you don't believe that Halloween should be celebrated before October, it's now
It's
October.
October.
It's October.
Happy October.
You-
It's been
everybody has to be spooky this
It's
month.
been October for an amount of days. The calendar's covered up, so I can't see it. Also, this has been covered for the past several episodes. We didn't cover it so you can't
Can't
zoom
look at
in
the-
to see what's coming. It's because there's a huge glare on it that fucks with my camera.
Yep.
So eventually that will be like a fun...
It'll be decorative.
You should look at it every episode and see if it changes.
Yep. Because it will one
'Cause
day.
it will eventually.
So we're going to talk this for the beginning of October. We decided we wanted to do some kind of like urban legend spooky stories.
Yeah.
Yep.
We wanted to get into the reason for the season.
Get into the vibes. Now you should count down to the next 4th episode because Halloween, we got big plans.
Halloween.
Big plans.
Big plans for
It's
Halloween.
going to be great.
You should put in the comments of this episode what you think we are doing for Halloween.
Yeah, what do you think
Ooh,
we're doing
yeah.
for our Halloween episode
Take
this
a
year?
gander at what you think we're doing and
Comment.
comment.
Comment everywhere. Tell us
Actually-
on Facebook. Tell us on Instagram. Comment on TikTok.
And
Mhm.
tell us on our Discord.
Tell us on our Discord.
Tell us what you think we're doing for Halloween, and you'll find out in 3 weeks.
Go
4
back
weeks.
to our first video on TikTok and comment on that what you think we're doing for Halloween 2025. Now
Yep.
I'll know if you know how to follow directions.
Ooh.
It's like that test that says read all the directions first, and then at the end, the last question says, do not do any of the previous things. Just write your name on the top of this paper and turn it in. And
Yep.
like one of the instructions is stand up and say, I'm a genius. And then everyone in the classroom does it. And you're like, ha, you're stupid. I don't know how to read.
Yep.
Follow the directions. Comment on our first TikTok. You'll know it when you see it because it's the
Comment
first one.
On the 4th YouTube shorts.
The 4th YouTube short. I don't even know which one that is.
I don't know.
Comment on your favorite episode.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you listen, comment on your favorite episode what you think we're doing for Halloween 2025.
Yeah.
And in your comments say Halloween 2025 guess.
Yeah.
Or something like
Prediction.
that. Prediction.
Yeah.
Pretend that you are renowned psychic Edgar Casey, who
Yeah,
we talked
do-
about.
Do some psychic shit.
Yeah, try to
See-
figure it out.
See if you can see us planning
Remote
this
view.
afternoon.
Remote view
on what you think we're doing. We're all gonna think really hard right now.
Okay, think about it.
what we're doing for our Halloween 4th episode. Everyone, think really hard. Okay, did you get it, listeners? How crazy would it be if somebody gets it?
That'd be insane.
If you're my mom, you're not allowed to comment because you know what we're doing.
You know, I was like, there's a couple people who like we've
Harrison
told.
also can't comment.
Yeah, Harrison can't comment.
If you are in the house when we do a podcast retreat, you can't comment. Chris, you had some extra knowledge because Sarah and I just came with spooky stories.
Yeah.
So I came with a little bit of like a folklore 101 type of deal just to like give preface to the kinds of stories that we're going to talk about, like urban legends, scary stories. So we can like go in with not just like spooky story hats. We can
Yeah.
also look at it from a little bit of a critical angle to go, why is this story a story that we tell kids, and why is this something that we tell people?
Right.
Um,
Why is this story perpetuated?
right. Why does it get passed around? So folklore functions to pass on information and wisdom between generations.
Right.
So that's thing number the first. Groups create and use folklore as a kind of community binding process. So to create and maintain community bonds.
Yeah.
If everybody has the same story, then everybody can bond over said story. Like we can even look at like modern day like fandom.
Yeah.
People create communities around stories.
Right.
But this is a little bit of the opposite. The community creates the story.
Right.
Folklore functions as education. It is a easy way to teach children something that will likely keep them safe. And in an entertaining way that will keep them engaged.
Yeah.
It helps develop flexibility of thinking and critical consciousness about like critically thinking about your choices, how to react in events, think back, oh, the boy who cried wolf, do I need to call attention to this, or can we just like deal with this later?
Yeah.
Kind of deal. It works as mythology, provides us with a sense of our place in society and in the natural world as a whole. It's like, well, we're not the most important thing in the world. There's fucking ghosts out there or whatever.
Or whatever. Yeah.
And so, like, it's passed between generations. It's a time-binding device, so it binds older generations with younger generations because I don't know about y'all, but I feel like it's more of a grandparent thing to be like, here's a spooky story because I don't have to watch you tonight.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember who told me the monkey's paw first.
I think it's
That was
also
my
like
mom.
I don't know that I was ever told spooky stories by grandparents. I was always told them in like a camping setting.
By
Right.
older kids.
Similar
and,
thing
like,
of like, I
like-
don't have to deal with you later.
Like
Right.
a parent or like a older kids or the parents, not that they didn't have to watch us, but like it's like the ceremony of the scary story and the s'mores
Right.
and
Like
the
it's an
fire.
initiation.
Yeah, it's absolutely initiation,
and I think
especially in a camp situation
I think
like that.
specifically the stories that we are talking about today are very much a peer-to-peer kind of story.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not jump over top of this. Do you talk about like specifically the function of urban legend?
No.
Okay, then I'll talk about that when you're done.
This is my last point. Is
Okay.
It's also to entertain. They're
Yeah.
fun stories.
Yeah,
They're silly. They're fun. It's exciting. It's scary.
which is like the ones that we have today are more that function of folklore.
Yeah.
It's like more of an entertainment. So specifically urban legend, which is what we're talking about today, is yours an urban legend or just a scary story?
Mine's kind of just a scary story.
Okay,
Mine's not urban legend.
Yeah, me and Chris's are very much like classic urban legend. It's a thing that kids share to other kids. There's not necessarily any sort of lesson to be learned, but it is usually told to someone as friend of a friend experienced this thing, or like my friend's cousin had this happen to them. Like Hookman, which we're not talking about today, so I can like use him as an example.
Hookman Carhandor.
Hook hand Mandor car gun.
Yep.
Yeah, Mandor hand hook car gun.
Yep.
I said, young man, take the breadsticks and run. That's from Tumblr. Anyway, like Hookman specifically is one of those things that it's never like, oh, I heard about this story vaguely about Hookman.
Yeah.
It always happened in your town, on a street you've heard of, or an area that you know. Like in Waco, it was at Cameron Park, was where Hookman was. And it was always someone's friend, or someone's like, oh, my brother's friend, or oh, my friend's cousin. Like they were too removed from the person telling the story. Like this person has probably never met the person who they're telling the story about, right? Had this happen where they were in the woods with their girlfriend and they, now Hookman kind of is more like, I saw on TikTok that there was an escaped convict or whatever, because that's like the story of Hookman.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then we heard like a scratching on the door, and I like, my girlfriend told me not to get out of the car, and I got out of the car anyway. They got out of the car anyway. And then they died, because that's what happens with Hookman. He kills teens who are out doing Lover's Lane shit. Don't do that. You're going to get killed by Hookman. So like urban legend.
If you have sex, you'll die.
You'll get killed by Hookman.
Don't sneak out.
Don't sneak out. It's very like urban.
Don't have sex before marriage. Don't sneak out of your house.
Don't sneak out. Don't go. Don't go hanging out with no boys. Like that's
No, don't hold hands.
Right.
Don't hold hands.
It's just to scare. Hookman. It's me. Anyway, so like urban legend is usually peer to peer.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that like older
like,
folklore kind of feel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now it could, right? Because
Yeah.
some of these have been around for long enough that we could share them with the younger generation, right? Someone has to
Hello,
tell the younger
two
kid.
children that we know about.
Hello, Hookman. Tell your friends about Hookman.
Tell your friends about Hookman.
Okay, so we have 3 different stories to kind of talk about.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I don't care.
Mine will take like 2 minutes.
Okay, Mackenzie
Very
can
short.
go first.
So, my story is called The Green Ribbon.
A great one.
It was
That's a good story.
it was written in a book. This specific retelling was by Alvin Schwartz.
Okay.
So, once there was a girl named Ginny. She was like all the other girls except for one thing. She always wore a green ribbon around her neck. There was a boy named Alfred in her class. Alfred liked Ginny, and Ginny liked Alfred. One day he asked her, "Why do you wear that ribbon all the time?" "I cannot tell you," said Ginny.
She can't.
But Alfred kept asking, "Why do you wear it?"
Tell me your
And
ribbon.
Ginny would say, "It is not important."
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Ginny and Alfred grew up and fell in love. One day they got married.
Yay!
After their wedding, Alfred said, "Now that we're married, you must tell me about the green ribbon."
It was a plot.
You still must wait," said Ginny. "I will tell you when the right time comes." Years passed. Alfred and Ginny grew old. One day, Ginny grew very sick.
Oh, no.
The doctor told her she was dying.
No.
Ginny called Alfred to her side. "Alfred," she said, "now I can tell you about the green ribbon. Untie it, and you will see why I could not tell you before." Slowly and carefully, Alfred untied the ribbon,
I know what's coming.
Yeah.
and Jenny's head fell off. That's it.
That's it. That's the story.
And I remember the first time I read this, it was in like a picture book. So, like it was the same amount of text, but it was like
Right.
broken up into like a couple of pages.
Yeah, like a
like a
storybook.
little storybook. And literally like the illustration that I remember is like a girl, like almost like Wednesday, like very black
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
hair,
Yeah.
but like this like not bright green, but kind of like a foresty green, sage green like ribbon on her
Mhm.
neck, and it's like a choker. I've
Yeah.
also heard it like the green scarf. Like I've heard variations of this.
The version
story.
that I heard, I think, is she's wearing it's a black ribbon. Like it's a
yeah.
Mm.
But regardless of the color, it's like
Yeah.
it's a ribbon. They never take it off. And then in one version that I heard, somebody like comes up because they can't be patient and wait to find out. They come up and untie the green ribbon, and it just falls off in like a park or
Yeah.
something like that.
Mm.
But regardless, it always ends with when you untie the ribbon, her head falls off.
I think there's a version of this in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
I think there is.
There might be.
I don't have.
But
my
I
copy in
don't
this room.
remember that. I don't remember that when I read it. I think it was in its own
Right,
little
yeah.
book.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the like.
Because I think
And let me tell you, that shit's lingered there since I was in like
right,
elementary
it's
school.
freaky.
It's there.
It's a freaky story. It's I think it's in Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. One of them. I have the volume that is all 3 books somewhere in this house.
If we have time at the end, I'll tell another similar story that to this day haunts me.
What's it called?
I
don't
don't
know.
know what
Okay.
it's called.
But because I think the version in Scary Stories, the husband like unties it while she's asleep
Yeah.
because
Oh.
he can't wait, and,
And
then
then
her
it's
head
just-
falls off, and she like yells, "I told you not to do that!" Like as her head tumbles off
you!
the bed, like because everything in that book is a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we like when we get done, I may go see if I can find my copy really quick.
Yeah.
and see the
My
difference in
other
there.
like story,
It's not in
whatever
here, which
that
is
I was
wild.
gonna like was a campfire story that I vividly like. This was a memory
Uh-huh.
that I
Right.
had. We were at a Cub Scout family camp out,
Mhm.
and they're telling. Maybe it was a crossover. Like there was
Yeah.
There was a ton of children and families.
Was it a jamboree?
No, it was
Okay.
like I think sometimes we did like the Boy Scout troop and the Cub Scout pack would camp at the same time, and then like my Girl Scout troop, because we were siblings of a lot of the brothers, would also
Go camp. Yeah, so not a jamboree, just an event.
Just like
Just an everyone going
just
camping.
an everybody going camping situation,
Everybody get as many patches as possible.
and
Everyone camp. Go.
my dad like I remember because my dad made this like raspberry sauce that I kept putting in hot chocolate, and it was really good.
Ooh.
Because it was like it was a really cold camp out. I remember it being
Right.
like chilly.
Yeah.
Frigid.
Anyway, we're doing like campfire stories, and they tell this very classic campfire story of like there's
Right.
an escaped prisoner and
Right.
like
He's in the woods.
a prisoner in the woods that has gone crazy. We were in Central Texas, not near a prison.
Right.
But guess what? Third grade Mackenzie or however old I was
You
did
didn't
not
matter.
care. And that you would hear, you know, the chains rattling because he had been able to break the chains, but not the
Yeah,
cuffs.
he couldn't get the chains off.
So he was dragging the trains. Well, they had one of the dads in the woods
Of
with
course.
chains.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
like comes out of the woods, and I am sobbing. I'm so scared. And it's a dad of like it's actually my sister's best friend. It was her dad.
Nice.
And her brother was the same. Her older brother was in the same class as Alex and I. So like
Gotcha.
our families
Knew each other. Yeah.
And like so afterwards, like I'm in my dad's lap just sobbing because I'm so scared. And then it's like, Mackenzie, it's just like
It's fake.
it's like Mr. David came over. He's like, look, touch him. Like, you're fine.
You're okay.
Not real.
I was so scared. And I like vividly, like that memory is like locked
Right.
in my long-term memory bank.
Which, like,
Yeah.
honestly, good because you may not have remembered your dad's delicious raspberry sauce that you
I
put
mean,
in your
honestly,
hot
like-
chocolate if this terrifying thing didn't happen. to you.
Right?
a lot of our like I have a lot of memories from that era. We did a lot of camping like that. So
That's fun.
that camp out is one I remember pretty clearly because I had a couple of mishaps occur in that camp out. I bought a brand new baby seal Webkins and it was white, and I took it camping with me like an idiot, and then it got filthy.
Oh.
So like little things like that, but
Yeah.
that specific campfire story, I mean, they told a ton of other stories too, but that was like one of the last ones, and then I was just a baby and got scared.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
if my mom was here, hi Jonna, she would tell you the story that apparently scared the shit out of me at scout camp was that because it was a horse camp,
Yeah.
and
Love me horse
I don't
camp.
remember the story. I just remember the horse in question. His name was Broomstick, the horse
In the story?
in the story.
Okay.
And so like we were all like sitting around the campfire. I don't remember what Broomstick's story was. Hey mom, you should comment the whole story.
Yeah.
But allegedly, I don't remember being as scared as mom tells that I was. But she was like, "You were so scared. You were shaking,
Allegedly
Oh my
very
God.
frightened.
Allegedly
very
very
frightened."
spooked.
And like the camp counselors came out in like a bed sheet,
A ghost.
a ghost,
The
with
ghost of Broomstick?
with a broomstick for the head of the horse.
Iconic.
Stupid.
Iconic.
Yeah, but it was very much the same thing of like they're making noise out in the trees.
I like
And-
and as we know now, my poor little fear pie is always ready to be baked.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Your
especially
fear
when
pie's in the oven.
especially when I was a little kid, that fear pie, that oven, hot.
It's preheated.
I just liked scaring people as a child. I was the opposite.
I'm a
I'm a
scaredy-
youngest.
I
I'm a
liked
s-
scaring people, but like I also easily scared.
I'm a
Yeah.
scaredy cat.
Yeah, we did a lot of scary storytelling at my house as
Well,
children.
you had an older brother.
Not even with my older brother, just with all my friends, because we
Nice.
would do like massive sleepovers at my house. Like,
Hell
I
yeah.
would have like 10 of my friends over.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I had 10 friends at some point.
Hell yeah.
And we would all come over and we would all sit at my old house in Waco. This might get cut out, who knows. My old house in Waco, we had like me and my brother's bedrooms, and we had a Jack and Jill bathroom, but then we also had a room that we called the game room, which was like it was a large room, but it didn't technically have a closet, so it wasn't a bedroom. And so that was where like our computer was, because this was back when you had a home computer.
Yep.
And it was the family computer. And then we had a TV in there, and that was where like the Wii was and the Xbox was and the PlayStation was. So that was the like hangout kids room, and then there was the living room that was where the family TV was. But so we would always have sleepovers in there, and we would move all the furniture out of the way, and we would all just sleep on the floor. And because it was on the opposite side of the house from where my mom's room was, we could be kind of loud
Yeah.
and annoying all night.
Yeah.
And we would sit in there, and we lived out in the middle of fucking nowhere at this point. Now, the last house we lived in Waco, the second house was in a neighborhood, but this was like, we had 6 acres. There was an acre between us and either of our neighbors. Like, we had a decent chunk of space, and it was out, and it was dark, and you could see the stars and stuff. So we would always have a campfire, and we would tell scary stories around the fire, and then we'd go in, and we would continue telling scary stories inside.
Mm-hmm.
And there was this big window in that room that had, like, a window seat.
Yeah.
And so, like, someone would always be sitting on that seat, and then one of my friends, Alyssa, I don't know if you listen to this podcast. Ellie, if you're here, hi. Comment. You maybe. And she told this story that was so scary that was called The Bloody Paw Prints. And she told it every fucking time. And every time it scared the shit out of me. And every time she was like, and he's sitting underneath the window. And we would always go like, ah! Because it was a story about like a guy who turned it, like, not a werewolf.
Yeah.
Not a werewolf. But like a werewolf.
Yeah.
And he would like go underneath people's windows as a dog. And he'd be like, look at the cute puppy. And then he'd like break through the window as a man and kill you.
Oh.
And so yeah, he was underneath.
Here, I'll tell the other like the sleepover scary story that like still scares me.
Yeah.
If I think about it too hard.
Yeah. And if I need to cut it out, I'll cut out this whole section.
Right. There was an escaped convict because there always is.
There it is. There always is. I feel like the Bloody Paw Prints guy was also escaped from prison.
Probably.
You gotta.
And like
He's
it was
gotta be escaped from prison. That makes it more scary.
Yeah, and like it was on the news and whatever. And so
Right.
there was this old lady, and she saw it on the news, and she's like, "Oh my god, how scary!"
I'm unsafe.
She has a little dog.
Oh no.
Little dog.
It's just her and her little dog
Her
in
and
this
her
house.
little dog. Can we name the little dog?
No.
I don't think you want to.
I know it's not gonna survive. I'm gonna imagine a little white dog, and
Yeah.
his name is Snowy.
Snowy. Oh,
Yeah.
how sweet. Okay.
Snowy's not gonna make it.
So Gertrude and Snowy
Gertrude and Snowy.
live in this little house.
Oh, I know the story.
Yep. And
This was also a scary story.
Snowy's an excellent little like emotional support dog for
Great
this old
little
lady. Sometimes she gets nervous.
Me too.
And
Can I say the very end with you?
Yeah.
Great.
Um.
Because I know where this is going.
Yeah. It's like anybody who's heard this story like knows where it's going.
Yeah.
And so like the little dog will lick her fingers.
I for sure know where it's going. I'll stop talking.
And so she goes to bed. She tucks herself in, and Snowy's on the ground. Snowy
Yeah.
sleeps next to the bed.
He just weep. He's a good boy.
He's a little boy, good little dog.
Good little baby.
And she wakes up. She feels like she hears something. She reaches over the bed. Snowy licks her fingers. It's fine. She's like, okay, well, my dog's here. It's fine.
I'm safe.
I'm safe. If something were to happen, he would bark.
He would bark.
He'd wake me up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going back to bed. So she rolls back over and goes
I
back
know
to
where
bed.
this is going, and I'm so uncomfortable anyway.
And she wakes up and she hears the same noise again. And it's like, I don't know, maybe a dripping?
Yeah.
Like a... Yeah. Yep.
Sound effects.
Sound effects. And she's like, maybe there's a leaky pipe or something. Maybe is something happening? She puts her hand over the bed. Snowy licks her hand. She's fine. She goes back to sleep. She's like, it's fine. She wakes up. It's dripping again. And she's like, God, okay. Something's still dripping. Something's still making a noise. I'm going to go investigate. I think it's coming from the bathroom. Is maybe the toilet's running or like
Right.
the shower is dripping
Something
or
weird's
whatever.
happening.
Something weird is happening.
And that's where wet happens, is in the bathroom.
Exactly. That's where there's a lot of pipes in there.
Yep.
And she comes to find out that Snowy's
Deceased.
in the bathroom, and the drips are blood hitting the bathtub. Would you like to say?
And written in blood, it says, humans can lick hands too. Yay! God.
That one freaked me the fuck out when I was like 10.
So good. I mean, it's not. It's tragic and bad, but it's like one of those like. Again, you started it, and I was like, and you were like the dog, and I was like, I yet do not know which this story is, and then I was like, wait, yes, I do.
Wait.
I know this one. That one's also in Scary Stories to Tell in the
Yeah,
Dark.
it's scary.
It's a classic one.
It is.
Don't
It is a
like
scary
that.
story to
I
tell in the
don't-
dark.
I don't-
Have you not heard that one before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I don't like it every time.
Okay.
Right.
Continuing with the like sleepover scaries, I will get into my actual urban legend.
Okay, let's go.
So my urban legend that I picked was Bloody Mary.
Ooh.
Because
The most classic spooky
It's classic.
sleepover activity.
and
I've
I'm
never
gonna-
done Bloody Mary.
We're not doing it.
I've done it. I've done it so many times.
There was one version that I read. I think it was like a scary stories to tell in the dark situation, like a written story of Bloody Mary, and like
She comes through the mirror.
actually comes through the mirror.
Yeah.
That's
and
what's supposed to happen.
And I
She
went,
gets you.
Yeah.
absolutely not.
So the like origins of Bloody Mary, I've got a little bit of the folklore,
Yeah.
and like where it came from. So the origins of Bloody Mary is it's actually like a lot older than like the sleepover tradition that we do now. It's from like the Victorian era, where like young women were in like this insane ritual. You were supposed to walk backwards up a flight of stairs holding a candle and a hand mirror. And as you did that, you were supposed to see the face of your husband walking down the stairs past you. And so it was like kind of a scrying ritual a little bit. And then where it started to get spooky is some people wouldn't see the face of their husband. They would instead see a skull or the Grim Reaper or the devil, and that was symbolizing that you would pass before you got married. Like you would not get married. And so that's where we kind of get the scary version that we do now, where it's like, oh, you're at a mirror, there's a candle, it's dark, ritual time, scary shit's gonna happen to you. Now, if you are a little lad, you may never have done Bloody Mary. It is, as Chris has never done, little lad, never done Bloody Mary. It is very, very...
it's a teen girl
It's
sensation.
very a girl thing. The first time that I ever participated in the Bloody Mary ritual was in a school bathroom at China Spring Intermediate School. We turned the lights off because that school is old enough that it has actual fucking light switches to turn off the lights and not like motion sensors. There's like a regular ass flippy light switch. And so we would go in during like gym. We would all gather and we'd be like, it's time. And we would go to the bathroom in the gym and we would turn the light off and we would all stand there and we would hold hands. And we would chant Bloody Mary. Now, the traditional version is you say her name 3 times. From there, there's no rules, it seems.
So you have to like spin in a circle.
Sometimes you have to spin in a circle. Sometimes you have to chant it not facing the mirror. And then when you're done, you all have to spin around and look at the mirror at the same time. Sometimes you need to have like a candle so that way there's a little bit of light in there. Sometimes it's supposed to be completely pitch black.
Sometimes it could be like your candle could be a flashlight, like a dim flashlight.
Right, like a flashlight. Sometimes it's up to 47 times that you need to say her name.
God.
In different areas, you say a different thing. So like every version I've ever heard has just been Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Right? You don't say anything else. You just say that.
Yeah.
And then she appears in the mirror. Sometimes her name is Mary Worth, and you chant Mary Worth, Mary Worth, Mary Worth. Sometimes you say Evil Mary, or Mary Death. Are different versions. So there's like a bunch of different versions of this, but the whole like kit and caboodle of what's supposed to happen when you chant this poor dead woman's name in the mirror, and
When
then
you summon this poor
you're
ghost.
conjuring up this poor dead woman. She appears in the mirror. Now, from there, what could happen to you, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes she's just a ghost. Sometimes she's a witch.
Ooh.
Sometimes she's a demon. Like it depends on who's telling you this story.
Yeah.
And I can't give you one straight version because I heard like 30 just from my fucking
I've-
friend group growing up.
I've heard a lot of different versions.
And we did it regularly.
I didn't play it a
Never
ton
once did we see her.
because I was
So funny.
a
Most
big.
of it's because
I'm a weenie.
we left before we stood there. We didn't stand there for long enough.
Yeah. You did it,
So
and then you
sometimes-
screamed and left.
Sometimes,
Well, no, we stood there for a while. We just didn't stand there for
Oh.
long enough.
sometimes
Right?
it's supposed to be like it's supposed to open some kind of portal, and she's supposed to be able to come out of the mirror.
Yeah.
Which is like
well, regardless, she's able to harm you even if she can't come out of the mirror.
yeah, she like
Yeah.
you can
She'll
get
scratch you. She'll burn you. She'll claw your eyes out. In some versions, when you're looking at her in the mirror, her eyes have been gouged out. Like she
and they're
doesn't
like
have
you're
eyes
like
anymore.
crying. She's crying.
She's crying blood, and then you'll start to see her eyes come back,
And
then your
eyes.
eyes will start to hurt because she's taking your eyes. Like it's very, very scary.
There's a lot of very mean versions of this. I don't recommend these where people will like leave somebody by themselves in
Yeah.
the bathroom.
And
Like they'll run away from, like they'll all leave the, like one person in the bathroom.
Right. And never in the lore is that a thing. It is
No.
supposed to be, this is a group ritual.
Yeah.
This is a group thing.
But
so if you're doing that to your friends, young
you're-
teenagers,
you're
who we
being
know,
bullying.
you're being shitty. That's not the version you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to experience this together as a group. Especially because part of this is also like a shared, you know, like when you're ghost hunting, you're not supposed to say, oh my God, did you just hear footsteps? Because then the other person's going to be like, yeah, I heard footsteps. You're supposed to say, I heard something. Did you hear something?
Yeah.
Don't say what you heard, because it's the power of suggestion,
Yeah.
right? We talked in the Mandela Effect episode how super easy it is to suggest things to people's brains and trick them into thinking things. That's part of the fun of this exercise, is one person will be like, oh my God, she's here. And then everyone else is like, I see her too.
Yeah.
And you can trick your brain into seeing something, which is the science behind this. Sorry, I'm going to ruin your urban legend a little bit. It's a bit of pareidolia. It's a bit of our brains do this thing where if you stare at something for long enough, your brain asks itself the question, why are we still looking at nothing? And so it creates something for you to be looking at. So most of the time, again, this is why there isn't a lot of experience of boys doing this, is because Bloody Mary is a woman. And to your brain to trick itself into seeing a scary woman, you need to already be a woman looking in the mirror. Because you're looking at, usually what happens is you're looking at your own face in the mirror in no light or the light of a candle, which is flickering and bad. You're looking at your own face and you go, you just keep staring, because that's the ritual, is you're just supposed to keep looking at the mirror. And eventually your brain is going to go, huh, what if I just like, why are you still looking at this?
Yeah.
We're done. You've processed this image. I guess I need to change it. I guess there's something I'm missing. And so your brain will start perceiving things on your own face that are either not there, and it's a trick of the darkness or the little dim light, or it will see things on your face that have always been there, but that you filter out usually, because you see your own face every time you look in the mirror, right? And it's enough that in the darkness and in your like expectation to see something scary, your own face becomes foreign to you and you get scared.
And
Which is
scary.
why this is normally a thing that girls do and not boys. And also because boys are busy doing other shit, right? They're scaring each other other ways.
They're sticking toilet paper to the roof.
Right, they're doing other shit. But this specific thing won't work as well for them because they're not going to look in the mirror for an extended period of time and see a scary lady. They're going to see a scary man. And they're going to be like, well, that wasn't Bloody Mary. That was Bloody Mark.
Yep.
Whatever. So why Mary? Where does this come from? I have some theories.
Yeah.
None of them are real.
Oh.
That I found online. Like, none of these are the origin of where this comes from.
Okay.
This is one of those, like, someone at some point decided that it was Mary, and that's what we go with.
Fair enough.
So, the first one is Bloody Mary, the Queen.
Yeah.
I've heard
Queen
that
Mary.
one.
That's
So
what I've heard.
She had a lot of people put to death.
Yeah.
And that gained her the nickname Bloody
Bloody Mary.
Mary as a queen.
Yeah.
But none of the rest of this lore really falls under that. It's just like that's the only other place in history we really have somebody who's called Bloody Mary. And then the name Mary Worth, which I said is a name sometimes people use, that specific name, either this is one of my I love a bit of folklore that's like we have no idea, but it could be one of these things.
Could be
maybe
this.
she was either somebody who was a piece of garbage during the Underground Railroad and like worked on the Underground Railroad, but instead of returning enslaved people, she just fucking killed them. Or she was somebody who was put to death during the Salem witch trials. The likelihood of this woman actually existing, I mean,
Slim.
there's probably a woman who was named Mary Worth at some point in the history of the United States of America.
Right.
That's a name, right?
Yeah.
Well,
that's
yeah.
a name.
That's a name. But especially in like the 1600s, right?
You know
like the I believe Salem way more readily than I believe the Underground Railroad story.
Yeah.
Because that's that kind of era of a name.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no evidence of either of those two stories being true.
Right.
It's like in
You know,
Waverly Hills, the 2 nurse stories.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's like, there's no evidence to substantiate these. These are just stories that people tell.
Yeah.
That's the same with this. Is it's like people are like, oh, in my area up in New England, we say Mary Worth. I wonder why. And then they make something up.
Yeah. You know what else it could be?
What?
Little preteen girls bullying another girl.
Yeah.
Go, if you do this, you'll see Mary Worth.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a 3rd grader.
Yeah.
That's the 3rd grader in
Right.
your 1-room schoolhouse, and you're
Right.
just being mean.
You're just being mean. Right. Like, it could literally come from anywhere.
Yeah.
And so it's like, we know the origin of the kind of ritual aspect of it is
Yeah.
from this Victorian era. Like, they
your husband.
loved to do weird ritual shit in the Victorian era.
Yep.
And this, that part of it. And then the scary part of, oh, you'll see, like, a death head if you are going to die before you get married.
Mm-hmm.
And then little Victorian preteens were like, what if all we ever saw was scary?
Yeah. What if it was only
What if
scary?
it was only scary, actually? And then that evolved into, instead of a hand mirror and doing it by yourself, it was like, oh, all of your friends are going to crowd into a bathroom and you're going to look in the bathroom mirror and you're going to turn the lights off and you're going to have a candle and you're going to go, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. And you have to chant it together. It's chanting.
Yeah.
You're not just saying it. You're chanting.
Chanting.
It's chanting. And you're holding hands. You're a coven now. For this moment,
Little
you
girls.
are a coven of witches.
Little girls are covens. Always.
Yeah. Oh, literally always.
They're always making potions without dirt.
Making
I
potions.
don't need you to shoot directly at me. God damn.
like genuinely the amount of times. So again, at that same house in Waco,
Yeah.
we had the house was laid out like there were kind of 2 sides, and then the middle was where like the kitchen and the living room and dining
Okay.
room were.
Yeah.
So this side of the house, the like left side, if you're looking at the front door, was where my brother's room was, my room was, our bathroom, and then that front room, the
yeah.
game room. The other side of the house, at the front of the house, was the guest room and the guest bathroom, and then the back of the house was the master bedroom, bathroom, closet situation.
Yeah.
So we would go the bathroom that we used
Yeah.
when having a sleepover, because my brother would be home, was we would go use the guest bathroom. So that way
Uh-huh.
we wouldn't wake Ryan up going past his room into my room through the door into the bathroom, right?
Yeah.
So we would just go down the hall or go across the house to the guest bathroom because
Yeah.
it was the least likely to bother anybody. There were at least 3 or 4 times, because everyone always needed a buddy to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Because
That's how it goes.
well, also this house, again, middle of nowhere, pitch black. We've been telling scary stories all night. There were 4 giant windows with no curtains at the back of the house that were like floor to ceiling windows on the back wall that looked out onto the woods.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I don't want to walk to the bathroom in the dark by myself. What if there's something at the window? My 10-year-old friend is going to be a big help
Yeah.
against whatever is in the woods. So everyone would go to the bathroom, at least in pairs.
Yep.
And then somebody would stand outside while somebody peed. And
Yep.
then they would swip.
Yep.
Swip. 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 They would switch. And every single sleepover, I'd be like in the room, we'd be like watching a movie, and I'd be like, they've been gone for a long time. And then I would hear giggling getting louder, and they would slam into the room, and they would be like, we just did Bloody Mary in the bathroom. And I'm like, did you see anything? Quit conjuring shit in my house. Because like they would never be like, we're gonna go to the bathroom and we're gonna go do Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
They would just be like, we're gonna go pee, and it's like, okay, no one cares. Shoo,
Okay.
get out of here.
Have fun.
Don't
fall in.
And then somebody would do Bloody Mary. I have exactly one person who listens to this podcast that I know of who will remember these escapades, and that's Amber, because she's the only friend that I still have that I like actively talk to who stayed in that house ever.
Hi, Amber.
So Amber, if you remember those shenanigans, comment the other stupid stuff we did.
Tell us if you ever saw Bloody Mary.
Oh my God, I have one last story from that same house to tell. So
Okay.
I've had that copy of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, volumes 1 through 3, since it came out, pretty much. Like since they made it an anthology instead of like 3 separate books, it was like one book. And so we would have little campfires in a fire pit out. The house was like there was a mowed like section of yard, and then there was a stand of trees, and then a big field, and then woods.
Yep.
So in front of this one stand of trees, we would always have our fire, because it was like close enough to the house so that you could go in and go to the bathroom, but far enough away that you were like, we're in the woods. So we'd have a campfire, and we would always read scary stories out of this book. They were never ones we had memorized. We always had to like, and then the dog was dead. Like we had to like read them, right? And so there's one that little Sarah, if you're listening, I'm so sorry that we did this to you. It's fine. There's one that says like turn to the person next to you and scream. Like that's how the story ends. There's like it ends in the middle of a sentence and you just are supposed to scream at the person next to you.
Yeah.
And so Sarah went in to go pee, and I went, okay, we're gonna read this one. And at the end, like this is the last sentence. At the end, you're supposed to turn to the person like next to you and scream. We're all gonna turn and scream at Sarah, and everyone was like,
so
done.
mean.
I need you to know I would do this to you because I was like this. I was like, she's the scaredest. We're gonna do it to little Sarah.
That's so funny.
I was younger than 14 when I did this. Because
Yeah.
we moved out of that house at 14. Like, and again, it was one of those all in good fun. It will be funny after 10 seconds because we'll all be like, oh my God, it's nothing.
Got you.
It's like we didn't even do that. We were like, it's nothing. We were just doing it to like be silly. I'm sorry. Like. Because
You went to the bathroom, and so we decided that you getting pranked.
You went to the bathroom, so we wanted to. I'm sorry, and so she came back out. The part that was not planned of this was I go to start reading the story, and I do not remember which of my two goth friends got up and went inside. It was either Ellie or it was Dawn. It was one of the two of them, and I don't know which one it was. Gets up and goes to the bathroom. And they were wearing, whichever one it was, she was wearing a white T-shirt but had a black hoodie on over it.
Okay.
And so the story ends. It's about to end. I see movement next to the house, and I'm like, I don't know what she's doing. And so I make eye contact with everybody. I get to the end of the last sentence. We all turn to Sarah and we scream, and she starts screaming because she doesn't know why we're screaming, so she's just also screaming. And then whichever one it was, in all black except for a bright white T-shirt, emerges out of the woods sprinting at Sarah. And I was like, no, that's too much. Stop. Too much. You're going to scare her so bad. And it did. And then we were all like, I'm so sorry. You can have all of the marshmallows. Please forgive us. We did it. I was like, you weren't supposed to do that. That was so mean.
That was so scary.
Yeah, because
That's so funny.
Because what we did was I was like, oh, we're gonna do the scream, and then I'll be like, no, like it's the book told it, and I thought it would be funny if we all did it, and she was fine with that part.
Right.
But she was like, why did you run at me? Why? And I was like, that was not the plan.
That was not
We
in
did
the
not plan
plan.
that part.
We did not do that.
Whoever did that is
That
an
was just
asshole.
her.
That was just her. And I do not remember which one it was. I had two goth friends at this time. I
So
don't remember which
funny.
one of them it was. Yeah, it was very funny.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's your story?
What's your story?
So mine is Sarah and I have been calling it baby hands.
Baby hands.
So everywhere that I know of has basically the same story, but I'm going to go over like the intricacies of mine.
Yeah.
So I grew up on the like northwest side of Houston, and
Yep.
so there's a park up there called Bear Creek.
Yeah.
It's real pretty. And they had like different summer camps during the summer. I was not at the like day camp, summer camp. My sibling was, and so Mom and I were hanging out in the park,
Right.
and we were gonna go get my sibling from camp.
Right.
And Mom was like, well, you know, one of the bridges is haunted. And I was like, what do you
What?
mean? She was like, well, if you put your car in neutral on this bridge, it's a little bridge over a creek.
Right.
Like it is maybe a foot wide of
Yeah.
water.
Yeah. Little
but
tiny
it is
bridge.
still a bridge.
Right.
She's like, if we put the car in neutral, on the bridge, the car will get moved off of the bridge. It'll start rolling. I was like, okay.
Did you do it?
We did do it.
Did it work?
I don't remember.
Okay. We're gonna say it did.
We're gonna say it did, and I think I was just unimpressed. But
Chris, I'm worried for your soul.
Prodell.
Baby Prodell.
Baby Prodell.
Out here, like, this is not impressive, mother.
I was like-
God.
it's like, why are we doing this odd shit? But she was like, there was a school bus of children who died
the
because
story.
I've heard this version.
the creek flooded,
Yeah.
and so like they got washed away in the bus.
Wow.
But this story exists with everything from
I heard it with railroad.
it's
crossings.
always railroad crossings.
It's railroad crossings most of the time. There's
And then whenever you
heard-
get pushed and you look at your car, you've got
have baby handprints on the back
on your
That's why it's
car.
called baby hands.
yeah. Because sometimes it's like, oh, you put baby powder on the back,
And
so
you can see 'em.
so you can see the hands.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like if your car is dirty enough,
You'll be able
Like
to see it.
in
Yeah.
the dust of your car,
you'll see little baby
the-
hands.
Yeah. The like origin that I heard of this was when I asked somebody why buses, like school buses, have to open their doors.
I also
Yeah.
heard that.
before
Like,
going
why do you
over
have to
train
stop
tracks.
at a railroad
I was like,
track?
why do you have to do that? And then one of my friends turned solemnly to me and was like, you don't know about the bridge?
the wreck?
You don't know about the accident? And I was like, what are you talking about?
That's also how I heard
I
it.
also, Amber, I think it's your fault I know that. Because I rode the bus with her and that's it. Like,
Excellent.
I think it was her that was like, yeah, you don't know about the accident, capital T, capital A, trademark. Like,
The accident.
the accident where it's like, yeah, a school bus went to go over the train tracks and it got stuck. Like, the bus shut down or it got high centered or something something happened and the bus got stuck on the train tracks and there was a train coming. And
they
the
couldn't
train
get the
killed all
kids-
those little kids.
Couldn't get the kids off in time.
Couldn't get the kids off in time.
So what was that? Was that supposedly in where you were?
Yeah, in the Waco area.
Okay.
Yeah,
it wasn't
I
the
was like-
Clifton one. It wasn't the Clifton one that I told you about the other day. That was my Spanish teacher who told
Yep.
me that version.
Mine was told because we had a set. Buda has a set of railroad tracks that runs directly through downtown.
Yeah.
And to get like you have to cross the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like there's not a good way. You have to cross the tracks somewhere. Like there's not a way around.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like getting to the other side of Santa Fe.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you have to cross
You have
the
to cross the
tracks.
tracks. So living there, you walk across the like the railroad tracks are a big deal.
Yeah.
Because they're still active. So
And
like
it's a part of everyday life.
yeah, like there's trains that come through all the time. Like you hear trains every day. You see them all the time.
Just like here.
Just like here.
Yeah.
Just like here, like in College Station, like
Yeah.
anywhere rural Texas, there's
Yeah.
trains. Anyway, because of that, I heard the same story of like
Yep.
kids got killed in a
school
bus, a
bus.
school bus,
It's always a school bus.
It's always a school bus.
and that they had to redo where the track crossing is to flatten it so it
Flatten
couldn't
it
happen
so it
again.
wouldn't get stuck. Yeah.
Like
And
I've
now
heard,
if you go and you like
And you
in
wait,
the middle of the night,
you'll hear them screaming.
you'll hear them screaming. Yeah. We didn't
Oh.
have the screaming. It was just if you wait on
And
the
then-
tracks,
And you'll get baby hands.
they'll push you off.
Like we would do,
Crazy.
we got both baby hands and
screaming.
Yeah. We didn't
So
get
like
screaming.
I
I didn't hear about screaming.
A special specific Buda version.
Your special
my urban
baby hands.
Well, so you have to. So the
Your
history
special
of the
version of
railroad
baby
tracks
hands.
is actually also how you got the town name.
Yeah.
So
Same here.
So
This town is named after the Santa Fe Railroad.
Yep.
so Buda is the butchered English of the Spanish word viuda,
Yeah.
which is Spanish for widow.
Yeah.
Because there were two widows that ran the Carrington House, which was the train station hotel.
Yeah.
And so the original town name was Dupree in the 1800s, and Dupree was already established town name in Texas, and at the time you couldn't have a town that had the same name.
Yeah. Yep.
So they had to change the name. So they did this butchered Spanish
Buda.
to create Buda.
Tell
so,
us more about that baby hands.
yeah, there's a couple more things about dead baby hands because I just went to Colorado a couple weeks ago. Upon recording this, a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Upon when this comes out.
Yeah.
But there is a drive that I decided not to go on with my mom because it would have been way scarier than the one that we did go on that was already scary.
Yeah.
Because like I don't like heights, and so we took Phantom Canyon Road that is supposed to go by a couple mining ghost towns.
Uh-huh.
We didn't see anything that could have been a ghost town.
Oh. Maybe they're really ghost towns.
Yeah, they're probably like dust.
No, I mean
or like
I mean,
actual
like,
ghosts.
Yeah, I mean like the town itself is a ghost and only appears sometimes.
Right.
Like the house at that cemetery.
Yeah. So option number the second
Uh-huh.
was a drive called Gold Camp Road,
Uh-huh.
which allegedly my mom's dad
Uh-huh.
would threaten her with that drive whenever they went to Colorado because he was like, it's a scary road.
Oh.
Ooh.
And I read that so on the drive that we went, it follows the narrow gauge railroad that went from one mining town to another.
Right.
To take gold from point A to point B.
Right.
And so it's beautiful, scenic drive, goes through some old train tunnels,
Yeah.
which was super cool. Gold Camp Road was the other half of that railroad, the scarier part of it. Went through extra tunnels. One of those tunnels has since collapsed.
Ooh.
And so, allegedly,
Word of the weekend.
it collapsed on top of a school bus, which there should be no school buses back there. There should never have been a school bus back there. It didn't happen, but like
Allegedly,
Allegedly
it collapsed on a
it
school
did.
bus, and a bunch of children died, and now the baby hands.
yeah, and now baby hands will push you out of other tunnels.
Yeah, because
On
they're
the
like,
same
it's
road.
scary.
It's scary.
We died in one
dark
of
in
these.
here.
Right, and so like whenever
They're like, you gotta go. It's gonna
you
collapse.
gotta move. And so there's Baby Hands Tunnel in Colorado.
Is it all of the tunnel, or just
It's
one specific?
it's one
tunnel?
specific one's on Gold Camp Road.
Gotcha.
But
Baby
I
Hands
do have
tunnel is really funny.
huh?
Baby Hands tunnel is really funny.
Baby Hands Tunnel is pretty good. I love Baby Hands Tunnel, Baby Hands Bridge, Baby Hands Train Tracks.
Yeah, Baby Hands railroad crossing.
Yep.
I want to know what the one here is, because there has to be one.
There's
in Santa
gotta
Fe,
be one
because
here.
literally to get Santa Fe is split by Highway 6, and then immediately next to Highway 6, the railroad.
Right,
The
and then-
city, the town exists and is incorporated because of the railroad.
Yeah, and like one of the other school districts nearby has railroad
Yeah.
straight through it, and
Yeah.
all of the drivers determine whether or not like what side of the tracks they're on.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, do you have to cross the tracks? Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I do have information and background of where Baby Hands kind of started.
Oh my God. Is it real?
Yeah. So
It's real.
there was indeed a tragic school bus accident outside of Salt Lake City, Utah, that killed 24 people, 23 kids, and the driver.
Oh my goodness.
So the driver stopped the bus and opened the door to look. Like, he did all of the things he was supposed to do.
Right.
Because, like, these rules were already in
They
place.
existed before this happened.
They existed before this happened. They got strengthened after the fact.
Right.
And, like, other kinds of vehicles also have to do similar things now.
Yeah.
But a blizzard was rolling in. It was December 1st.
Oh no. It was right before Christmas break.
Yeah. So it was 8:43 a.m., December 1st,
Oof.
1938.
They were on their way to school.
They were on their way to school. And so like he stopped and like looked, but it was so thick,
Yeah.
so foggy, so
Yucky.
obstructed.
Right. He stopped, looked, listened.
He stopped, looked, listened. He did not see the 80-car train called the Flying Ute approaching at 50 miles an hour.
Oh no.
And so as the bus was going over, it got smacked. So there were 15 kids who did survive. They had serious injuries.
Must
And
have been the back half of the bus.
right. But super bad. And that's why we have mechanical crossing arms at
Yeah.
train tracks.
I was
now.
going to say, I bet you that's where the arms came from.
It is where the arms came from.
Instead of just the ding, 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 ding.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no.
No,
you
no, no,
aren't
no, no.
allowed to go.
Yeah. So I did get some additional numbers just to kind of debunk everybody's personal town stories of, well, here the train and the bus here. It's
Right.
like,
It happened
but
here.
did it? So between 1896 and today, there have been a total of 35 train accidents with buses.
Okay.
Uh,
Wait, what year?
1896.
Okay. That's a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time.
That's a math amount of time.
Over 100 years.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like 130 years probably ish, give or take.
Yeah.
And or
Yes.
no, I'm sorry. American train crashes involving vehicles.
Vehicles
not
at
buses.
all.
Vehicles at all.
There
So
have
like
been 30.
right, because there are some that like trains have derailed
Right.
on their own, or
Right.
like an accident with the tracks, or like another train,
Right.
or whatever. With
Motor vehicles.
35.
35. And 100 and I think
28.
29 years.
Yeah.
You said
Sure.
96?
Yeah.
Yep, 96.
Yeah. 29. I think.
So of those 35 crashes, only 10 of those involved buses at all.
Okay.
2 of those were not school buses.
Okay.
So 8
School buses
8 school buses have
in the
been
last
hit by trains.
129 years.
Correct.
Great.
So, unless you live in one of the following places, your bridge or your train tracks or your tunnel or whatever, not a train accident with a bus. Unless you are in one of these places, then maybe look into it. Maybe. Round Rock, Texas. Rockville, Maryland. South Jordan, Utah. South Jordan is the big one.
The one that you just talked about.
Yeah. Spring City, Tennessee. Greeley, Colorado. Clarkstown, New York. Fox River Grove, Illinois. Or Polk County, Tennessee. That's it. Everywhere else, your fucking train story's bullshit. You don't have actual haunted baby hands.
It's an urban legend. And if you believe in a thing, that thing becomes real, which means that there is somehow a bunch of babies that push your car.
You have created babies.
You have created. Wow, there's a new way to create babies.
Yep.
It's believing in them hard
Believing
enough.
in them hard enough.
Because if the belief in a thing makes that thing real, and enough people sharing a story can make
Makes
that
it
story
real.
happen and can make that phenomenon happen. Now, that
Right.
doesn't mean that there are, in fact, baby ghosts there. It just means that there is something that moves your car and leaves baby handprints.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean baby.
Doesn't mean baby.
Doesn't mean baby.
Could be the idea of a baby.
The idea of a
moves your
baby.
car.
Also, these aren't like babies. They're like young
They're
school
children.
But it's just funny to call it baby hands.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love that one because the implication is that a bunch of children died.
Right.
But it is one of those very pervasive, like everybody
Everybody-
has one.
If you have a railroad in your town, you have
Some version of
a
the
baby
story.
hand story.
Right. Even if you don't have a railroad in your town,
You have a bridge.
you have a bridge. Like, I think the one that is in Waco is the Cameron Park, like the bridge over the river that's by Cameron Park.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for 100% though where that one is. I know it's near Cameron Park because that's easy.
Yeah.
It's Cameron Park.
Cameron Park. Everybody knows that.
Also,
place.
Cameron Park is like weird. I may do an episode on legends about Cameron Park.
That'd be cool.
There's a lot.
Is that all of our?
I think that's
think
all of our
that's it.
stories.
That's all of our stories for today.
That is all of our stories for today. That's not everything you need to know about urban legends at all, because we'll
find some more.
You know what? We may do another one of these. Maybe this is a.
Hey, tell us your favorite.
Tell us your favorite urban legend. Maybe we'll talk more about it. Maybe we do this every October as a fourth
That could be
episode.
fun. I like that.
That we pick an urban legend or a scary story. Right? It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be specifically one with a lot of lore. It can be one of these just like pervasive scary stories
This
that
is the
everyone
campfire
has heard.
story.
Yeah, like that one is one that I've heard countless versions of.
It's so fun.
It's a good one. Reach out to us on social media.
Tell us about it.
Tell us about your
Don't forget
stories.
to cast your votes about what you think
Yeah.
we're doing for 2025.
What you think we're doing for 2020 for this Halloween. What do you
This
think
Halloween.
we're doing? Comment on your favorite episode on your favorite platform. Tell us what you think we're doing. Go, if you have TikTok, follow us on TikTok. Go to the first video on TikTok and comment what you think we're doing for this Halloween.
Yep.
My 2025 Halloween prediction
Is whatever. Say what you think we're doing.
It'll be so fun.
We're really excited to see all your comments, and we'll tell you. I don't know. Maybe someday we'll do like a prize situation if you guess correctly.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be fun.
We'll call you on the phone. We're not famous enough for that, and
It'd be
also
Brian.
I refuse to talk on the phone.
I'll talk on the phone. I'll
yeah.
call you.
We could.
I'll
We'll
talk
come
your
up.
ear
We'll
off.
come up with something. We're not doing it for this year, but we'll do it maybe next year for
Maybe next
a
year.
fun
Maybe
thing.
like a little merch package or something.
Once we have merch.
Once you have merch.
Stickers.
Stickers. Okay. Tune in next week for something.
Bye. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is for weirdos.
Are you a weirdo?
Thursdays are for the phenomena.